We begin with breaking news right now. The man who led police on a wild pursuit through San Pedro that ended in a dramatic shootout in West Adams has died. This coming in within just the last few minutes. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joining us live in studio with the latest details. Leanne.
Michelle and Mark, as you guys just said, we just learned that that suspect did not survive his injuries. He has been identified as 37-year-old Andre Jones. It's certainly not what many of the witnesses to that shooting expected to see yesterday as the investigation continues.
I have bullet holes here, and this is double pane. I have bullet holes here.
Shannon Kimball's windows, sofa, and walls all riddled with more than 30 bullet holes after a violent shootout between an armed suspect and LAPD.
It was a high-speed chase. He pulled in, pulled his guns out, and shots rang out both ways. I could not believe the amount of glass, stucco, bullet holes.
The suspect armed with 2 weapons, according to investigators. These images from Air 7 show both guns recovered at the scene, the ground littered with evidence markers. It happened yesterday afternoon. Police were in pursuit of a domestic violence suspect in a Maserati who was following the victim on a Dash bus. The chase ended when the man pulled into his family's West Adams apartment complex where he was also living. Seconds later, the gunfire erupted.
I heard multiple shots, and I dropped myself to the ground, started screaming at my daughter. It was like and then bam.
The suspect in the driveway pulled out 2 guns, 1 in each hand, and opened fire on the officers.
The suspect was rushed to the hospital along with his mother, who neighbors say was shot in the arm. Several other family members witnessing the violence.
Their 13-year-old granddaughter saw this. His sister saw this. She was covered in blood, splattered in her face. So it was a horrible scene.
From cars with shattered glass and bullet holes to Kimball's gunfire-ravaged apartment, the violence is clear. But she says she's counting her blessings she wasn't home during the gunfight and that her treasured pup Charlie was in his kennel instead of his favorite spot in front of the bullet-riddled window.
Something told me, just came to me, put him in the kennel. And I walked back into the house and I put him in the kennel. And an hour later, this happened.
The suspect's mother is expected to make a full recovery. The LAPD says both Jones and the officers fired multiple rounds at each other. And they also say that Jones and the bus driver that on board that bus that he was following, that they had a relationship and shared a child. And Mark and Michelle, we are also learning that the LAPD says he was armed with 2 semi-automatic handguns, 9mm semi-automatic handguns.